Hi everyone, we're going to go over a couple of forcible entry tools with this quick video. The two tools that we're going to cover are the Maxximus Mod and the McPeak Wedge. The Maxximus Mod is a modification of the original Maxximus bar, which is in itself a modification of the Pro bar. We covered the Maxximus in a previous video. Some of the advantages to the Maxximus, or modifications to the Maxximus compared to the Pro bar, include the thinner forks. It also includes squared off shoulders for the forks. And the Maxximus is a little bit lighter due to the type of steel used. And it also has a 2 3/4 inch adze with a step off that allows it to better gap residential doors. It's a little bit thinner, a little bit wider. The disadvantage to that 2 3/4 inch adze, however, is the fact that when you have a wider adze, it does eliminate some mechanical advantage as compared to the 2-inch adze that's used on the Pro bar. So the Maxximus Mod takes the standard Maxximus and brings it back to the 2-inch adze. Okay. Now this is not the same as the 2-inch adze on the Pro bar. It is a little bit thicker, and it does have this little step off here too. So it's not completely the same as the Pro bar, but it has similar properties as far as the mechanical advantage goes because it has that more compact profile. So some people prefer having that 2-inch adze because of the mechanical advantage. It works better, I think, on stronger doors, commercial type doors, as compared to the standard Maxximus, whereas I think the standard Maxximus does a better job on residential type doors. That's really kind of the big difference between the two. We carry a Maxximus Mod on engine 1, and then we have standard Maxximus bars on engine 2 and on tower 1 as well. The second tool that we're going to talk about here is the McPeak Wedge. This is a kind of an adaptation of that standard wedge that you see utilized a lot in forcible entry. This is a really well-built tool. It's forged out of steel, very similar to a Halligan type tool. It has a curvature, as you can see, along the wedge, which kind of helps force that gap. And it also has the ability to mate the forks of the Halligan to it as well, so that you can use this for extra mechanical advantage. It's a very well-built tool. They're available online to purchase if you want to carry one in your pocket. My experimentation with this finds that there's a lot of advantages to this as compared to a standard wood or aluminum wedge. And I actually took a few videos of utilizing this with the forcible entry prop that we'll go ahead and we'll see, so you guys can see the practical application of this. So in this first video, you can see that I've got a gap that I am now increasing using the McPeak Wedge. And I have the bevel to the door, driving it in. And I'm using the adze of the Halligan, which is the Maxximus Mod. I'm going to flip that to the adze there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to force the door. Again, utilizing the gap that was set with my McPeak Wedge. The second one here is a little bit of a tougher scenario. I'm having a hard time getting a gap, so I was holding the gap with the forks of the Halligan, going bevel to jam. Now I am driving the McPeak Wedge in, again, bevel to jam, and I'm going to insert the forks of the Halligan to the McPeak Wedge and use that as leverage to increase the gap to the door. As you can see, I'm not quite forcing the door here, but I'm getting a much better gap utilizing that leverage with the McPeak Wedge mated to the Halligan. So now I'm going to go in, I'm going to insert the forks, bevel to door, and I'm going to go ahead and complete the force utilizing the forks of the Halligan. The next one here, again, similar situation. I'm holding the gap utilizing the forks of the Halligan with the bevel to the jam. I'm going to insert the McPeak Wedge bevel to door, drive it in, And now I'm going to, again, I'm going to try to force this door using the forks like I did before. Not quite getting it. Starting to go, but not quite. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the wedge back in to hold my progress. And I'm going to flip to the adds, which has a stronger mechanical advantage. And I'm going to complete the force with the adds. This last one here, I'm shocking the door. I'm going to go ahead and try to gap it, utilizing our conventional gapping technique with the adds. As you can see, this is a pretty strong door. I'm not getting a ton of gap with this. Actually come off the jam there. So I got like a little bit of room here that I'm going to try to slam the forks in and bevel the jam to try to increase that gap a little bit, which you can see I got a little bit of a gap there. So I'm going to insert the McPeak wedge, bevel the door, drive it in, increase that gap more. And now I'm going to take the forks and I'm going to start applying pressure. And you can see there I was able to actually complete the force utilizing the McPeak wedge. So these are just a couple of kind of down and dirty techniques that you can utilize with some different tools. I wanted to go over just the difference with the Maxximus Mod and some of its advantages and disadvantages compared to some of the other Halligan type tools that we have out there, and just show the McPeak wedge, which is a relatively new tool to the market, but I think that it has a lot of application to forcible entry. Take this video, go out to the forcible entry prop, and try yourself some different techniques and see what you guys like. Take care.